How to integrate GDB with popular IDEs. Imagine debugging your program with the power of GDB but through a friendly graphical interface. That's what integrating GDB with your favorite IDE can do for you. It makes fixing bugs easier and faster. Let's walk through how you can set this up step by step. First, you need to understand GDB. It is a command line debugger that helps you see what your program is doing while it runs. To get the most out of GDB, you should compile your code with debug symbols. This is done by adding the flag to your compiler command. These symbols link your source code to the executable, making it easier to set breakpoints and inspect variables. Now, most popular IDEs support GDB either directly or through plugins. For example, in Visual Studio Code, you need to install the C++ extension. Once installed, you create a file called launch.json inside the VS Code folder. This file tells the IDE how to run GDB with your program. You specify the path to the GDB executable, your program's path, and any arguments. When you set breakpoints in your source code by clicking next to the line numbers, you can start a debug session. The IDE then uses GDB to run your program and pause at breakpoints. You can step through your code, watch variables, and see the call stack all through the graphical interface. In Qt Creator, debugging with GDB is even more straightforward. You just need to set the path to GDB in the settings. When you build your project with debug symbols, you can hit the debug button and use the IDEs tools to control execution and inspect your program. Eclipse CDT also works well with GDB. You set up a debug configuration, pointing to the GDB executable and your program. The GUI then allows you to run, pause, and step through your code easily. Remember, always compile your code with the flag so GDB can do its job properly. Setting breakpoints is simple. Click on the margin next to the code lines. When you start debugging, GDB takes over behind the scenes, giving you control over your program's execution. You can also attach GDB to a running process if needed, which is handy for analyzing crashes or long-running applications. The real benefit of integrating GDB with an IDE is that you get all the power of GDB combined with a visual interface. You can see variables, memory, and call stacks in a way that's much easier than typing commands in a terminal. This setup makes debugging more accessible and helps you fix bugs faster. For example, if you're working with a C program in Visual Studio Code, you install GDB, compile with G, and create your launch.json file. Then, you set your breakpoints, start debugging, and watch your program run step by step. It's a simple process that turns GDB into a friendly debugging partner. So, by configuring your IDE to use GDB, you combine the best of both worlds: GDB's powerful debugging features and the user-friendly interface of your favorite IDE. This approach makes mastering software debugging much easier and more efficient.